Well, fuck you, city boy! Now why don't you...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where cinema meets storytelling. Today, we're diving into a brutal survival thriller that shows how greed, loneliness, and nature can push a man beyond his limits. Get ready for Gold 2022. Directed by Anthony Hayes, Gold was released in 2022 as an intense survival drama. It stars Zac Efron in a career-defining role, alongside Anthony Hayes and Susie Porter. At its heart, the film is about human greed, isolation, and the desperate fight to stay alive in an unforgiving desert. The story of Gold 2022 begins in a desolate, near-future world where the land has turned into barren wastelands, and survival itself feels like a daily struggle. Resources are scarce, trust between people is rare, and the environment is as cruel as it is endless. In this harsh setting, we meet a lone traveller, played by Zac Efron, who is simply trying to find a better life. He boards a ride with a local driver, portrayed by Anthony Hayes, who agrees to take him across the desert to a settlement where he hopes to find work. The ride is long, dusty, and filled with silence, but what awaits them on this journey is far beyond anything they could have imagined.
Diese Richtung links.
Came from the west, right?
Thereabouts, yeah.
As they make their way across the scorching desert, the two men stumble upon something extraordinary. Half buried beneath the sand lies an enormous piece of gold. Not just a small nugget, but a gigantic rock, shining in the sunlight and promising wealth beyond imagination. For a moment, they cannot believe it is real, but reality soon sinks in. The gold is far too heavy to move, and there is no way they can dig it out without special equipment. The men quickly form a plan. The driver will head back to a settlement to fetch the tools needed to extract the treasure, while Zac Efron's character will remain behind to guard it. On the surface, it seems simple enough. One leaves, one stays. But staying behind in the middle of the desert, with almost no resources, proves to be the most dangerous decision of his life. At first, things appear manageable. He sets up a small camp and begins the lonely wait. But soon, the desert begins to show its true cruelty. The sun burns relentlessly, searing his skin and draining every ounce of energy. Water and food supplies run low, and he struggles to ration what little he has left. At night, freezing winds sweep through the desert, making it impossible to find rest. His only company is the massive rock of gold, glistening under the moonlight, a constant reminder of both hope and burden. Days turn into nights, and the isolation begins to eat away at him. Sandstorms tear apart his shelter, leaving him exposed to the elements. His body weakens as wounds form on his skin, and dehydration sets in. Wild dogs prowl around the camp, watching and waiting, a deadly threat that never goes away. At times, he thinks he hears voices, sees figures approaching in the distance. But these are hallucinations, born from exhaustion and the slow unravelling of his mind.
Get the fuck out of here!
Leave it!
And you want me to leave? Well, fuck you, city boy! Now why don't you...
Despite all this suffering, he cannot bring himself to leave. The gold is both a promise and a curse. It represents everything he has ever wanted, yet it is also the very reason he is trapped in a hostile land. He becomes obsessed, clinging to the idea that when the driver returns with the right equipment, all his pain will be worth it. But as more time passes, doubt creeps in. Has the driver abandoned him? Was he betrayed? Or has something happened that prevents him from returning? As the days stretch endlessly, his body grows weaker, his mind more unstable, and his chances of survival fade. Still, he cannot give up on the gold. He digs with bleeding hands, he endures the unbearable heat, and he fights against his own breaking sanity. The treasure he guards so fiercely becomes the very thing that destroys him.
Someone else there! Who is she? Does she know about the gold?
Did you not hear me? I said no.
In the end, the desert proves merciless. The man loses everything: his strength, his hope, and his life, while the massive rock of gold remains buried, untouched, and shining in the sand. His sacrifice is meaningless, his greed unfulfilled, and his story a haunting reminder that nature always wins. Gold is not about victory or triumph. It is about obsession, isolation, and the crushing power of the environment. The film leaves us with a chilling message. In the battle between man, greed, and nature, nature will always come out on top. Released in January 2022, Gold earned only a modest box office return, but received attention for its haunting atmosphere and Zac Efron's raw performance. The movie holds an IMDb rating of 5.4.